Coach Casey, opening comments on the game?
Well, I'll start the way I started last night, and that is that UC Santa Barbara should be commended. Like I said about Texas San Antonio, this tournament is loaded with good clubs, and that's a good club we played tonight, I can tell you that. I thought their starter was really good, and thought our starter was really good. I thought we had some opportunities to score. They had some opportunities to score. For me, the play that Tyler Smith made on the backhand ball against Cam Newell was game changer. The ball gets through, and pretty tough to come back from that. But our guys competed and stayed with it, and very proud of them. Very proud of the way we play the game of baseball. And it's not as easy sometimes as you want it to be. When you get to this deep in the season, you got to trust your players and let them play.
Questions?
Ryan, you guys really seem to like the ninth inning these last couple days, these last few games, really.
Is his mic hot here?
No. You can use just talking one.
It sure seems to be that way. Unfortunately, hopefully we can make a quick adjustment, maybe get ahead early one time. But as long as we've just been competing, and it doesn't seem like been getting the timely hits at least this weekend. But we seem to be getting them in the ninth, and so hopefully we'll come out with a little more aggression, a little more some clutch hits, I guess you could say, early in the game.
Is there an element of belief though with you guys? Just you're not worried?
Oh, absolutely not. We got great team, great pitching. I mean, Andrews pitched great again for the 15th time this year, however many times he's pitched. So, we always feel like we're in the game, regardless of score. So, that's the motto we take into every inning.
And Ryan, playing in these tight games, these one-run ball games where it's coming down in the last inning, is it more nerve-wracking or fun to be in games like that?
Yeah, I'm losing years of my life. Being my last year. I get nervous, especially DHing. I don't get a chance to be out there part of the game, so I'm in there watching. But I guess it's climactic. That's all I can say.
Andrew, first of all, congratulations on a great effort.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You have shut down some very, very good Pac-12 teams, complete game shutouts, great performances. This team seemed to get to you a lot earlier than a lot of clubs do. Could you kind of talk about how they got to you early and then how you were able to regroup and get back?
Yeah, definitely. I just felt like maybe the adrenaline was pumped a little too much. I was leaving my slider up a little bit. I think that's what they got their first two. That double on down the left field line, that was a slider that was up. They just beat me on a few fastballs. So, they just had a great game plan coming in. And like you said, I had to battle, every pitch of the game. I mean, there was some tight situations I got into, but just had to trust my defense like I had the whole game. And obviously Smitty, like Coach Casey said, that ball in the hole was incredible. I mean, I thought that was a hit for sure. Then he took it away. So, I just had to battle all 108 pitches and came out on top. But it was definitely a battle all the way through.
Pat, you coached some very good freshman pitchers in the last few years with Wetzler and Sammy G, guys who contributed early, but his poise seems to be veteran-like.
Oh yeah, they're like kids. You love them all, and you just love them differently. He's unique because he's so competitive that there's times when you got to talk to him. It's like he wanted to go back out, and I knew that he was out of gas, and I just said, now's the time to be honest with me. But they're all different, and he certainly is. If you start talking about the freshman arms, first of all, I don't think we've ever had a freshman guy that's had the success with the numbers that Andrews had, and so that part is it speaks for itself. But he can pitch.
How about Engelbrecht along those lines?
Yeah, Max is he's. I was thinking we threw a freshman, then went to another freshman, and I think Santa Barbara did the same thing. I think their closer was a freshman, but when you play this many games and you're in the clubhouse with older guys, and I think the one thing that's really helped Andrew and Max is Barnesy and Danny Hayes and Matt Boyd and those kids that are seniors that are around them all the time. And it's when you play as many games as we play and you got this as small a locker room as we got, you get to know each other pretty good.
Ryan, you being a senior and seeing guys like Andrew and Max continue continue to have success, week in, week out, is it more mind-blowing, or are you guys getting used to it to where you expect it all the time? Can you speak to it as an upperclassman from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, for Andrew, I mean, he's given up two runs and his ERA is going up, so that's we're not expecting that. But yeah, I think a lot of it goes to their work ethic. They've worked hard all year, and they've learned. They haven't been scared to ask questions, haven't been scared to really embrace the situation. And I think it takes all the credit to it. And we haven't really done much. We're expecting Max and Andrew to go out and pitch great for us because they're big guys in our rotation and the bullpen. So but give the credit to them. They've worked their tails off.
You guys said 13 left on base and 7 left in scoring position. That's got to concern you.
Doesn't disturb me right now. Would I like to score more runs? Absolutely. But and Kerry, you're right. I mean, we could have scored some more runs, and we didn't. And if it's game 5, then tomorrow we go in the video room and we sit down and we get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and we get in the cage and we do some things. But it's I can't. That's not what you do this time of year. And so they understand that too. And it's Dylan Davis left guys on base, and last night he was a hero. Barnesy hits a home run, gets a big hit. He leaves guys on base. I mean, trust me, it's not a lack of effort, and it's not a lack of anything other than it's a game of baseball. It will leave everybody standing there naked at some point in time, more times than not.
Ryan, did you know it was gone?
Actually, I really didn't at all. I thought I just kind of, I got a decent barrel on it, but I think there was a little tailwind going out to left, which kind of helped it scoop. But I actually had my head down and was running for 2, so it was relieving to see it went out just to take the early lead. So that was nice.
Case playing in these close games, these one-run ball games, trying to scrap out wins, find different ways to win. Can you quantify how important that is? Is it big for this league? That is for this team?
Well, I think it certainly is. It's breeding some energy, that's for sure. But we're not attempting to make them quite that close. We'd love to separate a little bit. Here again, I mean, why is Santa Barbara here, and why is San Antonio here, and why is A&M here? Because they're very good baseball teams. And I'd tell you that if you look at our regional, I think A&M won like 8 of their last 12 SEC games. They beat Vanderbilt and somebody else in the SEC tournament to get here. Santa Barbara, I'm not positive, but I think they won 7 or 8 in a row. And same with San Antonio. They're going 10 of the last 11. So we've got some hot teams in here. I think any time that you play a team, and it's like us last year at LSU. We embraced the thing. We loved that challenge, and obviously every team in this tournament has really played well.
Ryan, looked like you stayed back on, I guess you call it saying it's a slider on the home run. What did you think of the pitcher in general?
Yeah, I mean, give him the credit. He located fastballs on us the entire night and really locked us up with a lot of fastballs in. We didn't make quite the adjustments that we needed. But yeah, he just threw me a slider that caught and a little bit too much plate, and I got my barrel out. And that was about it.
Andrew, as well as you pitched tonight, it almost seemed at times you would go out there and you're not even cognizant of what the score is.
Yeah.
It's a tie game where you're down by a run. Is that a mental approach you take just so you can fully concentrate on what it is you have to do?
Yeah, and I think going back to my first pack start was against Arizona, and it was the same thing. I think I gave up 2 runs, so we were down 2-0 early. And, the guys were coming up to me just like they were tonight, saying they were going to get me runs, just keep battling, doing my job. So that's all I had to worry about. I wish I could go out there and help score some runs, but that's not my duty on this team. So I just got to leave that up to these guys, have complete confidence in them. They've been coming up with huge hits in the 9th, like you guys said. But, yeah, it's just kind of the mental aspect of, can't worry about that kind of stuff, can't worry about the umpire, the crowd, any of that thing. Just got to, pitch my game and, hopefully they'll score some runs, and if not, I'll just keep battling.
Andrew, when you came into fall practice last fall, what were your expectations? What did you think you could accomplish as a freshman? Did you set any statistical goals or?
No, not really statistical goals. Just wanted to battle and show them that I belong here. And like I've said before, I think I started the year. They put me as the 4 or 5 starter, and I just feel like it's made it that much better having to earn my way as opposed to having it given to me. So, you know, that's been, you know, a battle all year, playing against the pack, playing some good teams in some hostile environments. So it's definitely been pretty cool.
Did you definitely come in as a freshman and think you would start? You could be in the rotation?
Yeah, you know, I really didn't know. It's kind of tough with recruiting, you know, with the draft, with guys coming back, with injuries. It's kind of tough to tell, but, you know, I was prepared for anything. And, you know, in the fall I did a little of both, came out of the pen and, you know, started like I had my whole life. So either way I was prepared, and, you know, it just so happened I got a few starts, and, you know, just I guess the rest is history.
Case, early on, did you guys think that he could be in the rotation?
You know, in the fall, you know, I think we knew he was going to be a starter here because he started in high school and we watched him this summer. When you had Dan Child and you had Wetz and you had Taylor Starr and you had I don't know who else starts for us, but you don't really, you know what I'm saying. We had some veteran Boyd, you know, you had some veteran people, so you say this guy could be a great setup guy because he's electric for, you know, in 2 innings. And you know what we found out in the journey that you go through from September till now is that he just wasn't going to get outworked. He just wasn't going to, you know, somebody might work as hard, but they weren't going to outwork him, and he was willing to do anything. I'll close, I'll set up, I'll start. And then, you know, Wetz had the sore back to start the season. Taylor Starr had the sore shoulder. Fry had the Tommy John. And all of a sudden, the rook's out there, and he never gave it up. And proud of him. You know, he's just, like I said, you know, competitiveness rubs off on other people, and he rubs off on our club in a unique way.
A few of your players have said that at this point they're not impressed with what he's done because they're so used to it. They just expect him to go out and be really good. Are you in the same camp?
I'm not so sure about that. I'm pretty impressed, but you know, I don't know. He just doesn't act like a freshman because he's competitive. I mean, you know, he's fearless.
Andrew, can you talk about the 8th inning after you watched walk Nesevic to load the bases? Just kind of what was going through your head? You said the adrenaline was pumping. That play to get us high this day.
Yeah, definitely. You know, having the you know, another record Goss Kyle on their feet was awesome. You know, sometimes that can be a little tough. You know, at that point, getting a little tired. So, you know, I just had to stay within myself. You know, I think we started him off with a slider. I think so. You know, just had to be smart there. You know, couldn't just leave it in the middle of the plate. But you know, had complete confidence in Jake back there. He was a wall all day. So I think he had a big block in that at bat. But you know, after I got behind, just knew I had to, you know, make pitches and just trusted my defense. And Smitty came up huge for us.
And what does it mean that, you know, Coach trusted you to stick through that in the 8th inning?
Yeah, it was huge. I think that's definitely something I've earned. I definitely wanted to be out there. I felt like I could get those last couple outs. And, you know, we were able to pick and choose our battles there, which was definitely huge. And like I said, I mean, Smitty making that play, that's as big as it gets right there.
Andrew, your birthday is tomorrow, right?
It is.
You'll be
19 years old, yep.
So
Thank you, Lindsay. I didn't know that.
Can your 19 get better than your 18?
I hope so. You know, just going to have to keep, you know, like Coach Case said, got to keep working and, you know, making sure I'm the hardest working guy out there. Just got to, you know, can't be satisfied and, you know, hopefully just keep building off it and, you know, hopefully more starts will come.
Pat, when did you decide you would go with Max in the 9th?
Well, when Mo came out in the 8th, you know, there's this instinct you have sometimes, and he's never going to tell me that he's, you know, bleeding to death, you know, and I said, Mo, you got to be honest with me, now's the time. You got to gas, and when he looked at me and didn't say, no, I'm ready to go back out, I knew, because he's never once told me that he's tired. He's never once told me he's ready to come out. And when he said that, I just looked at Nate and I said, he's done. And he's done his job, and you know, Nate's done such a good job of preparing these guys and getting our pitchers ready to go. There was a little, you know, we had debated back and forth. I had one of our pitchers give me some, you know, insight as to who he thought I should throw. So after the game, I told him I outguessed him. So anyway, Max was the right guy, and he got it done.
Is that Wetzler giving you advice?
I can't divulge that. That's a dugout secret. But you're a pretty good guesser.
Ben is starting tomorrow, I presume?
Yes, Ben is starting tomorrow.